What's up, good people? What's up, good people? It's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder, coming to you on this Make It Happen Monday. What do we do on Monday? We make it happen. We get motivated. We get moving. We make sure that we are in position to be able to have a outstanding week. And I told y'all I'll put this up this weekend. This week we're going to be talking about 8 principles of an MVP business. Y'all not going to like me this week. There may be some people that are turned off by this, but this is the foundation of who I am, who my business is grounded in. So get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. We're going to be talking about these 8 principles, and we're going to be talking about the principle of God, the principle of prayer, principle of faith, principle of family, principle of education, principle of sacrifice, principle of character, and principle of discipline. That's what we're going to be dealing with this week. And this morning I'm going to be talking about the first 2 principles, because we got 8 of them. So I'm going to put 2 of them together. We're going to be talking about the principle of God and the principle of faith, and they go together. So if this message doesn't have to be for you, that's cool. But this is who we are. This is how I operate, and the foundation of any and everything that I do is God and my faith. Everything that J&F does, we do it with the principle of God, principle of faith. And here's the thing, I gave you all principles at the beginning of the year that I told you the Kwanzaa principles. Those are foundational pieces, and part of the Kwanzaa principles, foundational pieces, of course, deal with faith, deal with God. So these are incorporated in that. But I want the entrepreneurs, I want business owners, organizations, and individuals to you have to have a foundation. You have to have a baseline of what you hold to and that you operate your business at. And I was having a conversation with someone this weekend, and we were talking about we were talking about situations with businesses and everything like that, and we were saying how all money isn't good money. All money isn't good money, and there gotta be time. There gonna be times. There gonna be situations where that principle will be tested. Where you may be tempted because of whatever situations or circumstances, or there may be just people. You may be just deciding, hey, I'm not. Should I work with this person? Should I do business with this person, or should I partner with this person? And asking the question, looking at what they are grounded in. Before you do anything else with anyone, partnership, collaboration, you want to make sure, you want to take a look at what their principles are. Their principles, and then their business principles. How they operate foundationally. What are they grounded in? What do they believe in? What is their purpose? Do they have a purpose? Those are things that will allow you to be able to look at whether or not that person is or business is a business that you want to do business with, or a person that you want to do business with. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't have different ideologies as far as your faith and who God is. That's up to you whether or not you choose to work with them. But the underlying principles, the foundational principles, should be the same. Should be operating in character and integrity. How they treat folks. Those are foundational things. So we may not believe in the same God, but there is a faith-based, that that you stand on, that I stand on, and we know that both of us are going to be responsible. We're going to treat each other with respect. We're going to be um, uh, open and honest with each other. We're going to be transparent with each other. Those are things that come with a certain, you know, principles. And I believe when you operate in the principle of God, when you operate in the principle of faith, one, when those times get tough, you have to have something to hold on to. When you're holding on to nothing but those two principles. And if you haven't been there, trust and believe. If you're an entrepreneur, even a manager, a supervisor, a line level employee, you're gonna have that because there are gonna be days where you just, where things may be happening, whether it's life is happening or whether it's business, it's happening, and it's going to test you. It's going to push you, and you have to have that ground foundational principle that you can lean on, that you can go to, that you can listen to, that you can talk to in order to be able to get through what it is that you're going through. You know, and when you operate from that premise, from that foundation, trust me, I think I truly believe you sleep a lot better. You can go into meetings, you can go into partnerships and collaborations knowing that the person that you are working with, the person that that you're partnering with or that you're collaborating with is operating out of that same mindset. And there is going to be a certain level of respect. There's going to be a certain level of accountability. There's going to be a certain level that you operate at because you have those principles, because you have in you the character. You have the character. They have the character that allows you to be able to move in a certain way. They have the foundational principle of God and faith that, hey, we gonna make this happen. It is going to work. We believe in it. And we know that if we believe in it and we believe in who we believe in, that it's going to work. That's what having these two principles, having the principle of God and having the principle of faith. That's having that sustainability, that rock bottom that you can stand on, even when nobody else may believe in what it is that you believe in, even when nobody else can see your vision, and that's why it's your vision. It's not for everybody else to necessarily see. Now they can get it because they'll want to pour into it. You have a product, you have a service that you're putting out there. You want people to believe in it. They don't necessarily have to see it because it's your vision, but they do have to believe in it. And that's believing in the product, believing in the service that you provide to them or for them. And they see the benefit of it. They see how they can, how they're better because of the product and service that you offer. And they know that you are bringing a product and service that is fundamentally and foundationally sound because of how you portray yourself, how you may, how their encounter is with either you or even the employees that you have. And it may even be the product that you offer, product or service that you offer. But you operate at such a level that it has those foundational pieces. And when I think of these two principles, the principle of God, principle of faith, I think of Chick-fil-A. The founder of Chick-fil-A is grounded in the principle of God. He's grounded in the principle of faith. You know why? He puts it out there. And they are closed on Sunday because of those two principles. The principle of God, principle of faith. And they operate that way, and he doesn't allow what other people may think, say, do compromise that principle. He's willing to say on the probably the biggest day of the week that would be for them, we're going to be closed. You know what? We're not going to open at all. One, because of their beliefs, their principle of God, principle of faith. But then two, I also want to make sure that my employees understand that very thing too. And they in turn know, hey, because of my principles, because of my God principle, because of my faith principle, they get to rest on that day just as I'm resting on that day. And just as my principle in God, he rested on that day. And necessarily he didn't rest on that day, but that's the day that they choose to. That's another conversation. But that's what we're looking at this week. We're going to be looking at these principles, and I want you to take a look at the principles. What foundational principles do you have for your business? Like I said, is it the principle of God? Is it the principle of faith that your business is grounded in? Because there are going to be times when your business, it may be hurting, and it's going to go through a cycle of down. So what are you doing in those times? What is it that is going to hold you, sustain you in those times? You got a lot of companies, I've been reading lately, a lot of companies are laying off people by the thousands. Major Fortune 500 companies are laying people off by the thousands. And they're cutting back on their businesses. They're saying, hey, we've got to cut back. We had that influx because of the pandemic, but now there's no longer that demand at that level. So we have to cut back on the employees that we have. So what principles do you have to hold on to as someone who might have gotten laid off? And then even what foundational principles are you operating at where you have to let people go? That's a part of business. I've had to do that. I've had to lay off people. And I'm talking at probably the worst time for people. I'm talking Christmas time, and you've got to lay off people because the business is slow. Having to bring somebody in the office and telling them that you have to let them go. And when you have to do those types of decisions, when you have to operate at those kinds of levels, are you acting in a compassionate way? Are you acting in an empathetic way? And you operate that way when you have the principle of God in you, when you have the principle of faith in you, because you know you're not doing it to hurt anyone's life, but you're doing it because of that business that you either work for or that business that you own, and you have to make decisions that are best for you, your business, and your brand. Being an entrepreneur, that comes with it. You're gonna have to do that, I promise you. But what are you holding? What principles do you hold in order for you to be able to make it through those kinds of decisions? And then on the other end, someone who has those kinds of decisions made to them. What are you holding on to? Are you holding on to God? Are you holding on to faith? Your faith. Knowing, hey, this isn't happening right now, but I do believe, I do know that I'm going to make it through this. Understand that, y'all, because these are things I hope that this week gives you. I want you to come away this week with these foundational principles that you have for you, your business, and your brand. And I promise you, your business, and your brand will be better by the end of the year, because y'all know that's my mission, that's my purpose. Make people better, create value. You create value by having principles that you operate by. These first two principles, God and faith, are the foundation of everything that I stand for. And hopefully you will have those same two principles to hold on to have as foundational pieces for you. Like I said at the beginning, it might not be for everybody, but I know when I operate with these two principles at the forefront of everything that I do, I can feel better about how I treat my employees, how I treat my internal customers and my external customers or clients, my internal clients, my external clients, and then the experience that people get when they do business with me, with J&F Enterprises, from everything, the partnerships, collaborations, all of those experiences that we get, that we gain from me, that I gain, that hopefully they will gain from doing it, comes from that premise, knowing that they're going to be treated right, that they're going to be treated in such a way that they will be better after the encounter than they were before the encounter. And that's always what I want my outcome to be with anyone that I do business with, anyone that I partner with, anyone that I collaborate with. So that's what I got for y'all today. Those two: the principle of God, principle of faith. These are 8 principles of an MVP business brand. That's what we're talking about this week, y'all. We gotta have these foundational principles to be able to operate. Because I promise you, if you operate in these principles this year, you'll be better by the end of the year than you were at the beginning of the year. That's always my goal. That's always my purpose. It's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr. Y'all know we'll be right back here tomorrow on Talk to Me Tuesday, y'all. We're gonna talk to you on Tuesday. We'll see you all. I want you to have a fantastic Monday. How about them Cowboys, y'all? Oh, yeah, Miss Lavon. Oh, you gonna get it. You gonna get it all week. So I'm just gonna say that on here. But do know you're going to be getting some messages this week. I'm going to make sure I tag you on every single thing. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to do it. I'm sorry I have to do it to you, but I'm going to have to do it to you. Yes. How about them Cowboys? I'll talk to y'all soon. Y'all have a great day. See y'all tomorrow.